good.
You kind of not know until you get out and run a few laps.
Right.
Kinda.
Traditionally, Junior Motorsports has been pretty good at short tracks. This is considered a short track. This track's tricky because turns 1 and 2 are such different banking and angles than 3 and 4. So it's hard to make your car good on both ends. But Josh is obviously a short track specialist. Noah, one of our teammates from last year, he won the race. I mean, we've all run good here. So.
Oh, he was, okay.
Yep. But I don't know. We have some different rules for this year, and that's what going to all these tracks. You don't quite know how it's going to affect your previous year's setup. And when everybody's running, that's just where people get sensitive. We don't even let fans take pictures of the motors, just because there's super secret sauce.
Proprietary wisdom. Yeah.
Then we push out, and then we don't do crap till 10:30. At 10:30, we got practice, and we go right from practice to qualifying, and then go back out for the race.
Dude, the toothpick is legendary.
Oh yeah. So Lee bought me special ones for the race that are like different flavors. They're a little thicker too.
They take a little chewing.
Yeah.
Handle the heat.
Everybody likes good lumber. Everybody likes good lumber. There's actually a really famous snowboarder who's been my like childhood snowboarding hero. They're ranchers out of Wyoming, out of Tensley. Mark Carter, Carter Country Meats.
Okay.
And he's sponsored by Arbor Snowboards, and then like he's always rides with a toothpick in.
What do we got going here, buddy?
We got ice for the coolers for our drinks and stuff, and then we ice down.
I'm gonna tilt it
Put
back.
ice in the cool down generator.
Gotcha.
When we qualify. If we make the first round, then we'll go pour ice in our big water tank, and it shoots cold water through the engine. Cool it down fast.
Is that really for real? No, you're messing with me.
You'll see here in a little bit. You'll see firsthand.
The reset button on the dash for Leah's car when they change the oil, so it thinks it's way overdue, so it yells at her.
So it's fresh, but it's honking.
So she just freaks out. She's a warrior. She's actually going to see my parents today, so I asked my dad, I was like, can you just pull the dipstick out of that thing? Make sure it's working.
Just double check, yeah.
All right, y'all, I don't know if you're gonna be able to hear me or not. It is loud. This place is loud. We're right here in the pits, all right? Here's the pit wall. Here's the crew, here's the car. Little something that's cool you might not know about is this box right here, all right? This box hooks up to the car and it heats things. Heats the oil up, gets things up to temperature as best they can. They can also use it actually to cool, which is what Chris and I were joking about earlier about the ice. You can use it to cool the car down too. So you can keep things that you need hot. You can keep things cold that you need cold. And this is where all the action goes down. Question of the day, does anybody know what these babies are for, huh? I sure didn't. Figured it out. Taylor taught me the ways. They have magnet mounts underneath them. And they magnetize right onto the wheels to help cool them down. Keep everything cool. It's all about getting rid of that heat. Custom made little DeWalt action there, y'all.
So these big lines here, they come from the cool down unit. That's a quick disconnect. We'll disconnect it, and then when we want to cool these motors down, we just insert it and it runs ice water through the motor to just bring the temperature down 100 degrees or so.
So you just control it all real carefully.
We control the temperature of the engine with the grill tape on the front of the car, and we want to run it right as hot as we can run it without the oil breaking down for us. Right, the more grill tape we can run, the more downforce the car has total, free downforce.
Okay, so you kind of have to...
Like in qualifying, we'll tape it solid, but we can literally only make 2 laps before the car would blow up. So that's what you'll see, is we'll nuke it down as cool as we can get it before qualifying after practice, fully tape the car up, and then the driver's pretty much got to shut it down as soon as it crosses the line. Yeah, we can't cool it down, it's got to come down to temp by itself.
So, okay.
What you'll see is cool it down after practice to get it as cold as we can get it. that's what, these are just big recirculating tanks. So where the fish is, we're dumping ice in, it's pulling hot water out and it's pushing ice water back in.
So you guys, my first little practice lap deal here. I'm with Big Dog, the Carolina Flash, Chris Waddell, my driving dog. Anyway, he's the fuel can guy, and he was fueling cars here after practice, and he hollered at me to go over to the cars and grab another can. So I did, and it was full, and it was hefty. And I was like, oh yeah, you know, really feeling NASCAR-y. And then Chris tells me,
Yeah, they're the small cans.
those are the little
Practice
cans.
cans, yeah. The race cans are like 40 pounds heavier.
Yeah, so I'm gonna have to go do some
We'll start lifting some
do some
weights.
stretches and lift some weights for the real deal. It was from like the great and the glorious stuff, you know, the revving of the cars and the crazy of the crazy. Clear down to ice water duty. I tell these guys, I'm like, hey, I'll do anything you need. I'm just here to help. You know, I'm here to help. Oh no, I got it. Finally turn me loose. 10 bags of ice for the number 8 car, please. I'm the guy. I'm going the wrong way. Looking good, boys. All right, y'all. It's been quite a morning. It is a lot to find a spot or a nook where there's not engines roaring, or generators pumping, or being in the way of something going on. So I'm just going to give you a quick update of what's been going on, where we've been. Rolled in this morning. You got to see kind of the line out of everybody. We get the car kind of rolled out and rolled over to the track. We did engine startups that you saw. Then from engine startups, they go out and they give them a handful of laps for practice just to get a feel for the course. After the practice comes in, then we roll on down to do qualifying. And that's where we all get in a line and we just push the car. You got to push the car all the way down to the end of the to the pit road, basically. And they go out and they do their qualifying lap. I'm not sure our exact position we ended up, but we're sitting in a good spot today. I think we were like, when I left and came over, we were like P5. So we'll be definitely in the top 10 for starting position. I had no idea how much there is to this, you guys. There's so much involved with this. Just so much going on. I mean, from my perspective, it seems like a well-oiled machine. From another perspective, they might say that it's kind of a mess. but But soaking it all in, trying to bring in, show you what I can here, get a feel for this. But I am definitely the deer in the headlights. Trying to stay out of everybody's way and not get run over. But anyway, we're sitting in a good spot. Should be a heck of a race. A lot of interesting things that I've learned. They're qualifying cup cars right now. So some of the interesting things are, like last night we had the truck race, and the truck race used General Tires was the sponsor of those. So it's a little different kind of rubber than the Goodyear rubber. And so the track is basically coated, so to speak, with General rubber, right? So as far as qualifying goes, you have to get out. You don't really want to be too early, but you don't want to be too late. You want to get out in between when the General rubber's kind of getting off the track and the Goodyear's getting laid down, but you don't want too much Goodyear rubber on it. Anyway, a lot of little minute things, but stuff like that I never realized. Never had a clue in the world that it's literally down to the rubber that's on the track. So anyway, we're gonna get back to it, you guys. I think that Trucker Chris just showed up, the old Carolina Flash. I think that's gonna be his new nickname, Carolina Flash. He just showed up with some lunch, so we're gonna grab a bite in a couple hours. It's time to rock and roll, baby. Oh. Turned out to be a tough finish. We were in a good spot. Had a caution come out, so we had to restart. We were in position 3. Just nature of the beast, didn't get out of there in very good shape. But you guys, we overcame, like, so by we I mean they. I didn't really have anything to do with it, but overcame a lot of adversity today. There was come on by. There was 2 different times that we were buried at the bottom of the pile from 2 different spin outs, and to get back up in the top 10. I think we ended up finishing position 8 or 9. You know, we'll go with it. We'll move on next week. So now it's time to pack this ship up, get these old Pete's on the road. Gotta get up out of here. Boogie boogie. Almost my turn to drive.
Hey, Jeff, you got the satellite up.
Fancy meeting you here. Currently 4:30 a.m. Just about done with my drive. Got a few more hours to go. Taking care of my mandatory 30-minute break, which is kind of new to me, sort of, because when you're loaded with cattle, you're not required to take a 30-minute break when you're loaded. I do have to do it with the hopper trailer, and the car trailer here, the old trusty, but not with cattle, so that's a little different. Everything is good, rolling along. The old, I'm trying to decide between, see, it turns out, I called him Rocket Man, you know, originally, because he's just quick as lightning the way we drive across these roads. But turns out there's already a Rocket Man on the crew. So, changed it to the Carolina Flash. You guys like the Carolina Flash? Or do you like, can't remember. It's 4:30 in the morning. Carolina Kid. It wasn't Carolina Kid. Carolina Crazy. No. Darn it! I want to go wake Chris up just to ask him. The Carolina Copper King. Carolina Crazy Dog. Carolina. I can't remember. Anyways, all is well. We're going to, I'm somewhere in West Texas right now. Really enjoying the 80-mile-an-hour speed limit that they have out here on the freeway, which I don't normally utilize when I drive my own trucks because I'm really fuel conscious. But A1 priority is to get this truck back to Charlotte Monday morning. So that's the schedule we're keeping. So kind of fun, you know. Let's see. Chris will take over here probably somewhere around Midland. Sun should be coming up. We'll do a little swip swap screw. And he'll push it across into, probably out across Texas and maybe over to Mississippi, and then I'll take over again tomorrow night. And then we'll just cruise it on up through and in. So anyway, I think my break is just about over with. So I'm going to hop in this rig, wind her up, move it down the road. Y'all check this out. Roll into the Flying J. Roll into the Flying J, and this is what they got set up. Men's bathroom. Look at these basins.
Penthouse.
Whew. Some kind of blue lights.
Yeah, I got it up there. Mood. Puts you in the mood.
Chris ain't never seen nothing like this in North Carolina.
Put you in the mood. You need to use the restroom.
Get you the poopy blues. So the toilets.
The toilets.
It's a little different.
Yeah, the pilot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You had, I don't know where we're at. We're somewhere in
Tyler, Texas.
Tyler, Texas.
Tyler, Texas.
The old pilot in Tyler. So, couple things we discovered, that their toilets are a little interesting, and Chris is going to reveal to you the name. Remember the name of the Carolina what? You kind of had to change it.
Oh yeah, the Carolina Cruiser.
Cruiser.
Yeah.
That's what it was, you guys.
Yeah.
I was last night in the middle of the night. I'm telling them, I'm like,
Well,
it
I was
was like,
trying to figure out a name besides Highway for me. So
yeah.
And so I figured I'm from North Carolina, so why not Carolina Cruiser?
Carolina Cruiser. I like that. I was like Carolina Copper King. Carolina. I couldn't remember what it was. Carolina Cruiser.
Yeah.
So we also learned. So the bathrooms are sketch in a weird, nice way, but
Yeah.
weird way. You have options there.
Pretty blue lights.
Yeah, there's nice blue mood lights.
Blue lights.
But if you want to just totally slum it, down in front at the bottom of the steps,
yeah,
there's just
You got
good
a
old school porta potties.
porta potty.
So,
Yeah.
so there we are. Then as we're sitting there in McDonald's waiting to get our lunch, Carolina Cruiser, Chris Wardell, realized and kind of came to terms that he does have a nice heavy accent.
I do.
That sounds good.
It's southern. I'm from the hills of North Carolina.
I'm gonna try to pick it up while I'm out here on the road with these guys, him and Hollywood.
so, yeah.
And I'm gonna try to get it
I
kind of.
think you should. Yeah, I think everybody should learn a little bit of it.
I love it. I always wanted a good southern North Carolina. I'm gonna try it. So don't laugh at me if I kind of morph in and out of it. Don't laugh
Yeah,
at me.
you're good.
So, when I was a senior in high school in 2004, that's when I was a senior, we had a drought growing up, and the town ran out of water. Like, our water system has really shallow wells where I grew up, and the town system ran out of water. So at this high school, they had everything was shut off. The toilets were taped off, everything was shut down, no water. So they brought in like 8 porta potties and laid out kind of like that in front of the high school, the front doors. And at lunchtime, all the high schoolers, after they would eat, they'd kind of go in the springtime, they'd go bum around on the front lawn there waiting for the bell to ring.
Oh yeah.
And that's where the bathrooms were. It was just like this horribly thought out thing. Like, so if you had to go use the bathroom,
You're sitting there waiting, you can just smell everybody.
yeah, and I mean, like, it's like the girl that you have a crush on, whatever you're trying to pursue, is right outside
Yes.
or right inside. So it's
way.
either ruining the image of her, or you're all like you're in there and it's ruining your image.
Yeah.
But the worst was it took about 2 days for them to realize that you could get a twig and you could stick in the lock and lock somebody in there.
in?
And
Yeah.
then they'd start tipping it back and forth and sloshing, and some poor kid in there would just be getting sloshed around.
Yeah, just go to woods. That's what we do.
So when we got to the pilot, you guys, I took the high road. I went up into the modular blue light district of the toilet, and Carolina Cruiser here went straight for the slums. It went right into the old porta potty.
Yeah.
And for just one little moment, I thought, just for like half a second, that I might would, get the stick. Get the stick, hurry! but couldn't. Chris is way too good to me on the road, so I couldn't quite bring myself to it. Now, if it'd been old Razorback, we might have messed with old Razorback.
We both have to get on the toilet and tip it with you.
You guys will meet Razorback on another episode sometime, and you'll see
Razorback.
the name.
That's a cool. The name he got for this guy is interesting.
And it's perfect.
It is very perfect.
And I'll tell you the
Yes.
story of why I named him that when we introduce you to old Razorback. Old Razorback. So, anyway, we're going to get back to driving. You guys just hang tight.
See ya. Yeah. It's not one of us. Toter. Sleep.
We're ready to go. This guy did something that I'm not even able to do in a car, which is when you set your GPS, you usually slowly, you might gain a couple minutes, over the course of your trip. Chris knocked off about 2-3 hours today off our arrival time. But it's got me a little nervous because now the pressure's on that I don't lose all of our time tonight.
Oh baby, oh baby. It is 5:30 a.m.
Huh?
Well, I'm just talking to the folks. 5:30 a.m. We got her in. We got her on. Backed her into the old shop for the first time. Chris told me something about parking on the red tape. Got her. Hollywood! What's good, old buddy? Oh, just lollygagging back there.
We dusted. Like you've been here for days or something or another.
We dusted the roads off for you.
We were hammering trying to catch up to you this whole time. I mean, hammering.
Well, some people can take a shower and worry about their.
Well, I mean, I had to get
I don't think it will.
I had to get my dude going on by.
What?
My dude.
You look like you got a dude.
Yeah.
Well, y'all fueled up or something there at the 140. See, so you can get it next time you stop. It'll come in. Okay.
2 nights in the hospital, he couldn't go back to work. He broke his finger.
Exaggeration of the.
I thought he's shooting a video.
Yeah. You a beast.
See, I got this all by myself. Don't show how short it is.
We'll work some video magic. All right, down we go. All right, y'all. Well, there you have it. Bing, bang, boom. Done and done, huh? I'm at the end of my cycle of driving, of course. So I'm a little like her. A little bit of carnage out here. We got the 3 race cars from the race here and there. Anyway, that was it. You saw the pretty good shot of what goes on there. Race day prior to the race, some of the action during the race, and of course a little bit of the trip home. It was it's a lot of action packed into like 2.5 days between the race and then driving home. We rocked it. It was just right at about 2,100 miles. Getting back here, we left after the race on Saturday night, and here it is Monday morning at 5:30 a.m. and we are here. We're ready to rock and roll. So we got to unload the trailer, get the tool carts out and whatnot. I think we've got a couple wrecked cars up on our top shelf from the previous races, and that'll be that. I've got a flight to catch later this afternoon. I'm gonna take a nap between then and now and then, maybe a shower if I'm lucky. And Hollywood, we're gonna be back at it at I think Coda's my next.
We'll be back at it at Coda.
My next
wondering
run.
what, like it's freezing outside. I think it's like 40 degrees.
It's 40.
So it's freezing outside, sweatshirt, toboggan,
And I'm loving it.
and this guy's wearing a short sleeve shirt. So just goes to show you the difference in the environments.
Yep, attaboy. You guys be good.